Have you ever been scrolling through job search listings and thinking, well, I could do that. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that one too. And this sounds like a great problem to have in terms of being really skilled, loads of experience, really confident in the value that you have to offer. But the problem with this is that then it can feel overwhelming because then it's thinking, well, which ones do I apply for? Am I making the right choice? Do I want to do that one or do I want to do that one? And it actually can get you stuck. So rather than feeling really confident, it can cause you to stall in your career change. So this video today is going to be helping you to narrow down your options. I'm Lydia and I am a career change coach for people who are in this midpoint in their career where you have loads of experience, you know that you are good, you know you have value to bring, but you want to make sure that the next step in your career is going to be in the right direction, rather than feeling somewhere that you're just in a couple of years going to feel demoralized again and like it's not a good fit. So in this video today, I'm going to be doing a really mini version with you of some of the work that I do with my one-to-one career coaching clients, where I help them come up with a blueprint so that they know exactly the jobs to apply for that are worth their time spending applying for, so that they know they're putting their time and energy into the roles that are going to be a good fit, and they're not wasting their time and energy on job roles that aren't going to line up with the things that they really want. So I just want to start off by normalizing this. So the people that I work with, they're generally not fresh out of university. They're generally people that have been working for several years. They're very capable. They've been trusted with lots of responsibility. They know that they have value to bring. And that's exactly why this can feel so uncomfortable, because you have a really broad skill set. And so it's way harder to just put that into a neat box. It's way harder to just contain that in a job title. So when it comes to looking for your next job, it's really confusing to know, what job title am I searching for? What salary band should I be aiming for? Because instead of being framed as a strength that you bring all this knowledge, all this experience, all these skills, it can be confusing. It can be confusing for you, and it can be confusing for a hiring manager who's trying to figure out where you might fit in their company and how you might help them solve this problem that they're trying to recruit somebody to solve for them. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of that confusion. We want to get really clear about what it is you want to do next. What are the problems that you can help solve, so that we move away from this confusion to help you understand how to approach the job searching process, but also to help the hiring manager see that you would be a fantastic fit for their organization. So let's make this real. Let's imagine somebody who is in project management and they've also done stakeholder management before. They've also done operations. They could look at loads of different jobs. They could be thinking, well, I could move into strategic roles. I could go into operations. I might want to stay in project management, but in a different industry. Which one do I move towards? And this is where we want to move beyond your strengths. We want to move beyond your skills. And we don't want to just be asking the question, what could I do? We want to get really clear on, what do I want to do? What does my previous experience, what do my current skill set and my strengths allow me to move towards? So rather than thinking, what could I do? Because there will be hundreds of things that you could do. Your options are wide open, and that is wonderful. But we really want to start narrowing down your options so you can go into this job searching process with clarity, so that we're not confusing anybody on the other side who's reading your job application thinking, well, why is this the person to recruit? So I've got two exercises that are gonna really help you to do this, to get clear on what do I want to do, and figure out your deal breakers, so that when you're reading through a job description, you'll be able to identify whether it's something that's worth your time applying for or not. So this is exercise number 1. We want to map out your strengths and your values. So grab a piece of paper. You can do this on on a Word doc if you want to, but really we're coming up with two columns here. The first column is your strengths, thinking about the things that people ask for your help with, thinking about the things that come easily to you but other people might find difficult, thinking about the areas that you've been given responsibility in before. And the point here is you're not being humble. We're not trying to downplay your strengths. You want this to be quite an extensive list. Think of the things that you are good at. And then once you've got your list of strengths, now we want to think about your values. Think about the problems that you want to solve. Think about the areas of your work that actually mean something to you, that you actually care about. Think about the things that you enjoy doing that feel meaningful and important. Now, the reason that we're putting these things side by side into two columns is because your next job role isn't the search for a job that allows you to use all of your strengths. It's about allowing you to find a job that uses some of your strengths and facilitates you to live out your values. Because if you get a job that uses your strengths, but your values aren't being honored, it's likely that you're going to feel stuck in a couple of years and you're going to want to come back and do these exercises then and revisit what is it I want to do next in my career. But what I really want to encourage you to do is to figure out what is this next step that would allow me to use my strengths, things that I know I'm really good at, things that I know I can bring value, but also will allow me to do the things that feel meaningful and worthwhile. Because when you can line those two things up, that's when you can find a job that's going to really feel fulfilling. So hopefully you've done exercise 1. If you haven't, you might want to pause this video and go and do it and then re-listen to exercise 2, because that first exercise will have hopefully narrowed down your options. You'll have gone from being overwhelmed by all the things that you could do to starting to think more in terms of what do I want to do next. And this second exercise is going to help you to narrow down your options even further. Now, that might feel really difficult because often we feel like more is more and you don't want to take away these opportunities. But I really encourage you that allowing yourself to follow this process of narrowing down your options will really help to bring that clarity. So this second exercise is all about figuring out what is your wish list. If you could write down a wish list for your next job, if anything was possible, what would you add to it? So think about jobs that you've done in the past. Think about your current job. What are the elements of those job roles that you've enjoyed? What are the elements of those job roles that you haven't enjoyed? What are the things that would make it onto your wish list for your next job? Maybe you've been doing some job searching already, and maybe there's elements that you look for or feel appealing as you read through the job description and you think, okay, that's something that I really want, and that's a reason to apply for that job. Add those things to your wish list as well. Then once you've got quite an extensive wish list of things that you'd really like to see in your next job, I want you to grab 2 different color pens. And the first color, whatever that color might be, is I want you to circle the things that are deal breakers. That I will not apply for a job unless it's over this salary. I will not apply for a job unless it is fully remote. I will not apply for a job unless it is in this industry or using this specific skill, right? And then probably everything that's left over are going to be your nice to haves. That if you see those things in a job description, it might make you go, oh, that's interesting, but it wouldn't sway you, because you want to get to a point where you will only apply for jobs that tick all the boxes for your deal breaker list. Because otherwise, we all know it takes a long time to apply for jobs and then go through the process of the interview, maybe the second interview, maybe the third interview. If you're going through that process for jobs that just have a list of nice to haves, it's likely that that's not going to be a job role that's going to light you up for a very long time. So this is the importance of getting clear on what it is you want And narrowing down those things that you're looking for is going to really help you, because you're going to get more confident about the things that you have to offer, of the value that you have to bring. And that energy of knowing what you want is going to come across when you're speaking to those hiring managers. They know exactly what they want from the new candidate. They want to know that you know what you want, so that you're not a high flight risk. Because if you come across as knowing exactly what you want in a job interview and be really positive with a hiring manager that this is the job that is the next logical step for you, and being able to explain that clearly, they're going to feel at ease. They're going to feel confident that you're somebody who's going to stick around in their organization, and you are somebody who's going to bring value to their company. And at the end of the day, that is what a hiring manager wants. They want to know that you are confident that you're the right person for the job, because that's going to help them to feel at ease and agree with you that you are the person that they need on their team. Now, I do just want to be really clear. This isn't about fitting yourself into a job role. This isn't about shrinking your experience or shrinking the skills that you have. It's about figuring out your priorities and getting really clear on what it is you're looking for, so that the hiring manager can be really clear that you are the person that they are looking for as well. If this video has made you think, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense, and you've gone through the exercises and you've maybe started to narrow down the different options that you're weighing up, I do offer free career clarity calls. And I'd love to chat with you about your experience and your strengths and the things that you are bringing into this next step in your career, and help you to figure out what could be a really good next step for you. So I'll drop the link to book a call in the description. I'd really love to chat with you about the different options that you are weighing up, so that you can make a really informed decision about what could be next.